Ah, good question. Um, I can't resolve that in 2 minutes, but I can give you a hint as to how the deepest of all mysteries, what William James called the darkest question of all philosophy, might be answered. Why is there something rather than nothing? First of all, don't try to think of how to get from nothing to something. That's impossible. Physicists have been trying to do that for 3 decades now. You can't get from nothing to something. Rather, think about all the different ways reality might have been. The simplest way reality might have turned out is nothing at all. The richest way is all possible worlds. And then there are all of the possibilities in between, the best possible reality, the most beautiful possible reality, etc. Now, each of those realities, some of them have a special feature. If nothingness, for example, is the simplest reality. So if there were nothing, we would say it's explained because it's the simplest reality. The all possible worlds reality has a special feature. It's the fullest possible reality. Now, I won't go any further, but just to say that of all these possible realities, one of them by logic has to obtain. And the one that obtains may or may not have some special feature. And to take it further, you have to use the scientific principle of simplicity, a very good principle, always reach for the simplest hypothesis. When you use that, and when you use the Platonic principle of fullness, which goes way back to Plato, and a little bit of inference, which I do in my book, you get the very interesting conclusion that reality should be an infinite mediocrity, an infinite mess. And I think that corresponds pretty well to the reality that we observe around us. I would say the best book is by a Canadian philosophical cosmologist called John Leslie. And the title of the book is, if memory serves, is Infinite Minds. It's much more deliriously creative than mine. John Leslie has a very strange theory of why the world exists. He thinks the universe bursts into existence out of an abstract need for goodness. It's a Platonic theory. It's very much akin to Plato's theory and Spinoza, and it sounds completely daft. But John Leslie is, in addition to being a philosopher, he knows a lot of physics, and he defends this crazy view of why there should be something rather than nothing with amazing brio and cleverness. And it's different from my book because I didn't set out, when I set out to answer this mystery, to resolve this mystery, I didn't have an answer, and I sort of groped my way toward an answer by the end of the book. John Leslie knew when he began the book when he began his reasoning, why the world existed, and it has to do with abstract goodness. And I commend this book to all people. You won't agree with it, but in trying to figure out which of his premises are wrong, which of the arguments might be not quite valid, you'll learn a terrific amount about philosophy and physics, and you'll be quite amused too. He's a very, very witty writer.